Hey guys, this is Tauna, and today we're going to be talking about my 2025 Magic the Gathering Commander New Year's resolutions, as well as some resolutions for the channel and stuff, because, you know, I really like my YouTube channel and we want to build it up as big as possible, so make sure you subscribe and all that kind of stuff before we kind of get into it. But before we get into it, Happy New Year's, you know, thank you so much for all the support. Last year, we've hit way higher than I thought we were going to, so it's absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for being here along for this journey. So my first one here is starting to track all my games for the year. So I've went and bought myself a little notebook here that I figure I could, you know, write them all down in. I'm not sure entirely what stats I should track. Probably, you know, if I won, what deck I was playing, what deck other people were playing and stuff. Maybe, you know, life totals or how I won or something like that. I just want to kind of, you know, keep track of how my decks kind of go, and also so that way at the end of the year I can show you guys and be like, hey, this deck went absolutely amazing, or this deck here I started going awful with and then I made some upgrades with it and stuff, and then, you know, now it's going absolutely amazing, that kind of thing. Next one here is going to be disassembling some decks. At the moment I have 40 plus decks. I don't even know. I lost count of them. There is an absolutely insane amount of decks that I have here, and I have played most of them, but there's a huge chunk that I haven't even played yet. So I want to kind of be more ruthless, I guess, with pulling apart decks that I'm not a big fan of, or that I don't really play, or that, you know, I pick it up and I'm like, but I could rather play, you know, this other deck and I'd enjoy that one a lot more. So kind of just limiting the sheer amount of decks I've got here, because I just am, one, running out of space, and two, I just don't have enough time to play all of them. So just kind of, yeah, pulling them apart. And then it also kind of leads into one that I've got later on, which is not this one. Next one is building a cEDH deck. I want to build Alexios potentially as like a cEDH commander. One of the guys at my LGS was talking about it the other day about, you know, would you be interested in starting up cEDH here? And I'm 100% aware Alexios is probably not the most meta cEDH commander, but I'm excited about it. It's very likely going to be, you know, proxied and stuff, because we don't have an insane amount of money. But the idea of just playing like cEDH is very interesting to me, and I'd be very interested to see how exactly this goes in regards to like a local league for it, as opposed to kind of, you know, going on, say, Magic Online or something like that for it. I am incredibly excited, especially about Alexios after that video the other day. He's just I just really love him, so I'm very excited about that. Next, we've got work on improving decks more than building other ones. So this goes into the one about disassembling decks, kind of. Just work on improving the decks that I've got rather than going and building other ones. Like, you know, I could obviously go and spend a whole bunch of money and build a new deck up and stuff, but that money instead I could go and invest in some of the decks that have been left behind a little bit in regards to power, or I just never fully kind of invested into their power yet. Once I kind of get a feeling of, hey, yes, I do really enjoy this deck, say for example like the jump scare precon or something like that, and then kind of taking that up to the next level, and then, you know, enjoying it still, take it further, that kind of thing. I recently went and did my first kind of big upgrade suite, or a sweep on like a deck, and like completely re-kitted my Edward Kenway deck, and it's got, you know, some amazing stuff in it. I'm really excited to check it out and play it. It's going to be my baby. I absolutely love that deck. You know, I'm even going to try and get a copy of the Secret Lair, Revel in Riches for it, and that kind of stuff, because I just really enjoy it. So just working on improving decks that I've already got rather than building new ones, I think, is a huge one. And, you know, just kind of making it so they're a bit more competitive, but then also having like a grouping of decks that aren't as high power, just in case, you know, I want to bring them along to my LGS. So if other people are playing like, you know, pre-con stuff, then I can kind of compete with that, like, you know, not absolutely curb stomp them or something. The last one here is build jankier things as well. Some of the commanders I built aren't really janky. They're kind of more straightforward, but I want to kind of look at some of these more jankier commanders that make people kind of question my sanity. Like last night, I was building a deck for the Rakdos that is like, whenever he attacks, sacrifice half your stuff. and half your non-demon stuff, except I built it specifically without demons in it. So that way, you know, it's more making, taking advantage of like that aristocrat kind of, you know, I'm sacrificing my stuff, everything, rather than, hey, you're going to sacrifice all your stuff. I get to keep my stuff because it's demons. I just like that kind of jankier stuff, or like, you know, Yasri here. I really have been looking forward to potentially building them, because I'm going to gamble this every single time. I'm going to choose 5. I'm going to flip 5 coins, and I'm going to hope that I can just get 5 heads, and then boom, now I get to play all my cards for free. Just dumb stuff like this that's just like, just completely gambling away, and just enjoyable for myself as well as like the whole table kind of stuff. All right, now on to my channel's New Year's resolutions, because obviously, you know, this is my livelihood. This is my job, in addition to being a full-time dad. And I started a new job as well, which I'm really excited about. But I wanted to kind of, you know, do some that are going to be changing about my channel and stuff, or things that I want to work on with my channel. So the first one here is keep publishing that instant speed news. It might not seem like a resolution, but sometimes it takes a little bit out of me to make sure that I'm up at the, you know, 7 a.m. when things are going live, doing that video straight away. So thank you to Acid Cartoon, who's the one who suggested this instant speed news. I absolutely enjoy doing this, but it just is exhausting. So I'm going to kind of push through it and make sure that I have, you know, the channel that is updating you guys the fastest out of every Magic channel, hopefully. Next, we've got starting to attend conventions and meeting other content creators here in Australia. You know, we've got a bunch of conventions down in Melbourne to do with, you know, various different forms of pop culture and stuff that generally have some Magic the Gathering stuff going on there. So I'd love to start kind of going there and meeting content creators, which kind of last time I did, I met some, but I was so insanely shy, which probably doesn't come across in my videos, but I am very socially awkward, and I am not as, you know, confident in real life. So I just want to kind of start building up that confidence, start building up, you know, hey, you know, getting rid of that imposter feeling as well of, hey, I don't deserve to have this channel. How have I managed to trick everyone into watching this? Just building that up and kind of, you know, being more confident with myself when I do meet these other content creators. Next is starting a more regular cycle of like series videos. So stuff like the Commander of the Week, which I haven't done this week because of, you know, public, like the holidays and stuff. Just doing those kind of, you know, more regular cycles of stuff. Obviously, we've got like the Commander of the Week stuff, and we've got like when a new precon comes out, like top precons and all that kind of thing. And I'd love to start doing more regular cycles of that kind of stuff. Like, you know, maybe a weekly news wrap up or something like that. Like just kind of generally making a more regular cycle of videos that people can potentially go to, including like deck techs, like regular deck techs on like a certain day or something would be great. Whether, you know, probably not members ones, like actually non-members ones as well, would just be really awesome, and kind of helps me figure out what I'm doing each day, as well as helps you guys realize, hey, on Tuesday, Tauna is going to publish this video, or unless there's like other news and stuff coming out that day. Next is to branch out into other formats occasionally. Obviously, you know, we focus on Commander here. Commander's what I play a lot and stuff, but also branching out into other formats I think is important. Not just because, you know, other people want to see it, which there's been regular people be like, hey, can you check out Standard? Or, you know, this Foundations comes out, like, you know, can you do some Foundations decks and stuff like that? But also just kind of so that way people who are playing just Commander can learn about other formats, or drag people in from, you know, other formats into the channel as well. And then they come across and they're like, oh, hey, this guy does Commander too, which is, you know, decent. And then the final one here is to start editing more, or overall just increasing the quality of my videos I make. If you guys don't know, generally 90% of the time, my videos are done in one take. I start the video and then I end the video, and that is exactly what I upload. Most of the time that's fine. There are some days where if my medication's not working and stuff like that, I get a bit sidetracked, or I struggle to find the words that I'm meant to be saying and stuff. That's the kind of thing that I think that I could edit more. Generally, it just kind of, I think, could improve the quality of the videos and stuff. I think that the camera's kind of got up to date. You know, we don't have a hole in my head or anything like that, which is huge. Just generally kind of just increasing the quality of the videos. So when people come across, they're not like, hey, this is just a guy sitting in front of a green screen. reading off from a not Microsoft PowerPoint, a Google Slides. And the Google Slides have been great. I think that's a really great thing to increase the quality because it's got the notes on the screen. So it makes me go less, as well as you guys get to see stuff on the screen at the same time and be able to kind of read along potentially. So thoughts, what do you guys think? Do you have any Magic the Gathering New Year's resolutions? Do you have any resolutions in real life or anything like that? I actually just put up a post over on my community that is asking you guys for feedback and everything. So if I bring that up now, you guys are going to be able to see it. So that way you can figure out if you guys have something you want to share there just here. So head on over there and, share anything that you've got. I hope you guys had a wonderful day and goodbye.